everybody, I'm Latrina Patrick. Welcome to day 30 of our 90-day grant writing tutorial. Today I want to pick up where we left off yesterday on hiring a grant writer because we're going to focus on that all week. Yesterday we talked about questions that you need to ask yourself as an organization before you hire a grant writer to determine if you're ready or not. Today I want to pick up and let you know some things that you need to look for, some specific qualities you need to look for in that grant writer. So the first thing that I want to talk about is experience. You need someone who has experience in writing grants because you don't want someone trying to learn on your dime. You probably just don't have that type of time or money to invest in someone who doesn't really have experience doing this. So make sure they have experience, and not only experience in writing grants, but in particular experience in writing grants about programs like yours. So it's one thing to have experience as a grant writer, but if they've never written grants for your type of program, that could cause a problem. So make sure you are working with someone who writes around the types of programs that you are doing. So that way that will increase your chances of getting funded. The other thing is make sure they have good listening skills. When it comes to, putting a proposal together, the person needs to be able to come in, sit down with you or whoever it is that's leading this project and be able to hear what's going on and then translate that into a good proposal. Sometimes, people who start off nonprofit organizations are visionaries, but they don't always have that gift to take the vision out of their head and get it on paper. And I always thought that that was one of my gifts as a grant writer, and one of the things that I always enjoyed was helping someone bring their vision to life by putting it on paper. So make sure that the person has the ability to listen to you and to take what you say and put that into the proposal. The third thing is make sure they have solid writing skills. When it comes to writing, I always say that it doesn't take a brain surgery or surgeon, and it's not rocket science to write a grant, but it does require a very specific set of skills. And that skill set is being able to take the information that's in a very formatted way and very technical way and being able to put that into the grant and tell that story. So make sure that the person has some solid writing skills, and we're not talking about a person who can sit down and write a novel, but someone who can write detailed yet concise with respecting time constraints as far as page limits and things like that. So make sure that they have those type of solid writing skills. The fourth thing is make sure that they're excellent time managers, because if they can't manage their time, you're going to have problems with this individual. Grants are so deadline specific. You rarely have a lot of time to put them together. You have to be quick, you have to be organized, and you definitely have to manage your time and also oversee other people in managing their time, because you may be the sole person responsible as a grant writer, but that grant writer has to be able to get back with people who they've delegated important tasks, with the letters of support that they may need, or trying to get the evaluator, a lot of things like that. So they need to manage their time and then be able to manage the time of those people that they are working with on the project. The other thing that you want to look at is flexibility. They have to be able to be flexible in the grant writing process. Just because a person has written one grant for you or a couple of grants for you and they've been successful, they need to be flexible and know that every funder is going to require different things, and they need to be able to make those adjustments and to be able to hear you out in those discussions about what's needed per project. So if they want to just cut and paste and rubber stamp the last grant for the next grant, that's a problem, because their funders and donors have different requirements, as I said. So they need to be able to make those adjustments. So you want to look for that. The fifth thing you want to look for is imagination. That kind of goes back a little bit and ties in with the good listening skills, because they need to be able to visualize your project from the beginning to the end and be able to tell the story of where that project is going, so that when a reviewer picks up that proposal, that they have a really clear picture of where your organization is going and what you're trying to do in your program. You need someone that has that imagination to take something that really, or take nothing really if it's brand new, and turn it into something, and to be able to show that on paper. So make sure they have an imagination to be able to do that. And then a couple of additional small things you need to be mindful of is that you also want to look for somebody that has the ability to manage the data collection and the submission process. Yes, you'll have the evaluator that's responsible for that, but it's good to have someone who can facilitate that process on your end to make that much easier for the evaluator. So if they have a little knowledge about managing data collection and submitting that, then that will be very helpful to you. Make sure that they can also develop a budget. You need to be able to write, but the grant writer is going to be responsible for that budget. So find out their experience in putting together budgets, especially major budgets for major large-scale projects, especially when it comes to writing for a federal grant or a state government grant, because they can be a little more detailed. And then finally, that they are able to conduct any research that's necessary. The biggest part for me when writing a grant is the prep work you do before you can actually sit down to write. And that prep work is in doing all the research that is going to back up the need for your program. So you need the data to substantiate the need for your program, and also to show that what you're doing will work. So you need to kind of investigate or research some evidence-based strategies around the type of program that you're doing, and your grant writer needs to be able to conduct the necessary research. So those are just some overall qualities that I think will be helpful in any grant writer that you're trying to hire for your organization, and I hope you'll take those things into consideration. If you have any questions about anything I've covered today, please leave them here on my YouTube channel, and I'll be glad to answer those for you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and share the link with any family or friends that you think will benefit from it. By subscribing to the channel, you get immediate notifications anytime I upload a new video. So I hope that you will do that. Also, I send out weekly updates on what's coming up that week in my grant writing tutorials. And in order to get that, I need you to go over to my website at www.greatervisionconsulting.com and subscribe to my email updates. And as a gift for doing that, I'm going to send you a grant writer's toolkit that will help you in this process. It includes a proposal template to show you what goes in each section. It will include a budget template, letters of support samples, so you can get letters of support from your community partners, and just a list of references and resources and links that are very helpful to someone starting out as a grant writer. So while you're on my website, make sure you check out my bio and my experience and the services that I offer, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you or your organization. I would love the opportunity to work with you. I hope you found today helpful. I look forward to coming back tomorrow and sharing another great tutorial with you. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.